Daphne Dimitratou was back at school again in the weeks before Christmas. But that's not made up for a total of 10 weeks off in 2020 due to Covid-19. Whilst at home, a good dose of enthusiasm helped, as did access to a home computer and a mother who's a private tutor. Daphne's actually been luckier than many.
We were all happy to be back, blah, blah, blah. And then someone got COVID and we had to do home learning. And when we came back, there would only be sometimes 10 people or 12 in the class. And we have 26 in general. So it was really weird. And at home we didn't get as much done because we needed help and some parents were still working.
Such disruption's been widespread. And now a new coronavirus variant is wreaking yet more havoc in the new year, with the British government announcing more closures.
And that's why we've had to take exceptional measures for some parts to close primary schools, keep primary schools closed temporarily.
So £1 billion has been made available to schools, a chunk of it specifically designed to help the most behind to catch up. But there's a problem. Only a handful have applied for what's called the National Tutoring Programme.
The NTP is a subsidised system. So the government is asking schools, out of this minimal amount of funding that they have, to actually contribute to a system that they have set up, where they have chosen who these tutors should be. And some schools have looked at the calibre and quality of what they would be buying, and just like any procurement decision, have decided that actually their money might be better spent elsewhere.
There's no precedent to this education crisis, but the authors of a long-term study in the aftermath of a massive earthquake in Pakistan in 2005 say other examples might hold some lessons. There, only 10% of learning losses occurred during closures. 90% of the damage happened after pupils returned to class.
After a crisis, if you go and measure test scores immediately after, you're going to get something saying these kids are not doing that well. But that's the tip of the iceberg. If your system doesn't respond to that in some pretty fundamental ways, these kids are going to do less and less well over time.
A legacy, says Jishnu from Georgetown University, that can last a lifetime.
10 years later, you're going to see a 10 to 15% decline in lifetime earnings for these kids. That is insanely high. That leaves everything that we have seen so far in, it's a different league, right? That potential loss is what keeps me up at night. I mean, that's a loss that many societies will just find it really, really hard to sustain.
Hi, good all. Happy Friday.
Daphne Dimitratou's generation does not have to be lost, here or anywhere else on Earth. Hard work could be part of the answer, and good policy. Guy Henderson, CGTN, London.